No, you should just be able to come straight in.
The eyes of the world have been glued to the city of Haran for the past 2 months, following the outbreak of a previously unknown pathogen.
It is not yet clear what has caused this gruesome affliction.
No, not yet.
The local government's Ministry of Defense erected a quarantine wall shortly after the
can
outbreak.
you jump off the
The
front
global relief effort's steady
tell me
stream of
when
supply drops has sustained
entire
what few
front
survivors
is,
remain in the city.
out the way so the lift can
The
go
Ministry
down?
of Defense believes more radical action should be taken to stem the tide of this virus.
On June
The question
23rd,
is, are there still
2023, in
uninfected
Florida,
survivors in the
law
city as the
enforcement
GRE
officers were
maintains?
dispatched
And if
to
so,
a local
will
bar
the ministry
regarding
still
a
go
customer
through with a
resisting
stated plan to
to leave the
annihilate
establishment.
Do you want to press the
in an
button?
attempt
The
to
lady
wipe
had
out
been
the
causing a
Haran
disturbance
virus?
And
to
then
patrons
jump
and
through.
staff.
By way of the
And when
virus,
officers
or the
arrived,
ministry's
they found the
proposed
woman
plan,
sitting in a
one thing
Walmart
is
See,
mobility
we are
scooter
so
next to a
fucking
ping pong
clever.
table.
Could you just explain to me what happened between you two?
She done thrown a glass, shot glass at another customer.
Watch me,
Think she got,
Now destroy
you know,
this.
funny. She was dancing
That's
like
out.
it was a joke. I'm like, no, ma'am, you gotta go. Or she's causing chaos.
Yeah, just causing big
And-
disturbance with that mobility scooter.
Yes. Like she's not gonna serve you. I'm not gonna serve you. You gotta go.
Just get
Hey,
it.
Oh,
take your buggy outside. Let's go.
why?
They don't want you here. They've told you to leave.
Oh, you got $1 I can have?
Huh?
You got $1 I can have?
Mickey.
No.
How you
Take your
doing?
card outside. Let's
How's
go.
your
This is the last time I'm going to tell
weekend
you.
I have gas on the brain, but I guess you need it for his line of work. Fix all kinds of Nicholas. Even his kind.
The officer asked her
is
to
one of the
leave,
worst kinds.
but the woman
If
refused
you
to
ask me.
comply.
He said
So
I
the
should
officer, in
appearing
an
online.
attempt to maintain order, wheels her out himself.
Yes.
Oh, how'd you get this in here?
Yep.
Alright, here we go off the front
Oh, I
way
can tell you.
Not driving it. I just had to drive her back here.
Be able to walk? You got 2 feet for everything? I said, let's get up. They said they wanted to
No,
trespass
you
the car,
don't.
right?
Yeah, let me tell you.
No, go.
They had batteries. You want to press start?
She's still learning.
Stop right there. Stop, you're not going anywhere. Got your ID on you?
She just jumped the fucking curb in that thing?
Not ready yet, she just honey on. Alright, just hang tight right here, okay? Because you're not free to leave.
Yeah.
Somebody coming.
I think it's right here.
I'm stuck
The
in
woman
the toilet.
attempted to act entitled with the officer, but it was hard to take her
We're
seriously.
playing RV there.
Are you
Yeah.
able to maneuver this scooter mobile through that parking lot head of my cop car?
No, I am ready.
Come and play.
Walmart.
Walmart, trying to return Yes. I guess.
All right,
Did I?
well, I'm pretty sure this is over $750, so that's a felony.
Can you go?
You go to the front.
Where am I going?
To the front. Go.
Don't make me make a fool out of you.
Is that a threat?
Yes, and a bro.
Okay, well go ahead. Try. I promise you, you're not gonna get far.
If you were using
I
your
promise you I will.
Xbox, you could, B.
That way to the patrol cars.
Yay!
No, you can stop right there.
But this is where the incident began. The woman, perfectly capable of walking, still decided to steal the mobility scooter.
I'm not checking. Because you're gonna be placed under arrest. Well, I'm not touching it without gloves.
Just follow us.
For battery and trespassing.
Wait,
Well, stand up and put your hands behind your back.
just be careful.
What's your badge number? R. Romero?
Yep.
What's your badge number?
Stop.
My policy does not require that I give you my badge.
Yes, I need your badge number.
Okay, well you can need it all you want. Yeah.
You got enough. I need your badge number.
Okay.
Okay. R. Romero.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
You won't go far.
Okay.
15 Bravo 41.
I don't know, but I want to get over there.
You show an adult female 1015 and check for a female for a search for us, please.
No.
Come on, sister.
You? Okay, well, he's on that quiet for me.
Sure.
Well, now.
Look, wood. I think Echo's picked you up.
Right.
They need to come off.
No?
Just fucking
Rick,
keep them.
You
Throw
need
them
to
there.
reset the winch.
I don't want them either. I don't want none of them. Keep that shit. Fucking get out the trash, bro. Get me out this shit. Run around.
Stop moving.
Bend over at the waist. Don't stop. Bend over at the waist.
Throw him!
I'm resisting. Do something.
Hey, James, can you
No.
take care of this?
No, I've got this.
Oh, how nice. Is that okay? Are y'all okay now?
No.
You got all my bracelets?
I guess-
You got all my rings? You got all my rings here. Let me help you.
Stop.
Y'all are fucking retarded. You really are. You're so dumb.
Helpers.
Got them? Here. Yo,
Stop.
let me get them off.
Just relax. God bless America.
God bless America. We're going to hell. We're going to hell.
This is going to be another one of those things that makes me hate men, isn't it, Echo?
I'll speak for you.
However, the woman continued to disrupt the search and then proceeded to do something incredibly foolish.
Don't. If you start spitting, I promise you this is not going to end well.
It's sealed. It's sealed. You understand? It's not at all.
Where are you getting burned at?
And my stomach, and I too.
If you would just stand up and act like an adult, we don't have to do this. Can you do that?
Can I stand up?
Can you do that?
Can I stand
You're
up?
going to act right?
Sure can.
Oh, I'm too drunk to go to the fucking Walmart though, right? And return.
Black Gilmon is a Digimon with the ferocious personality of a carnivorous beast. His special attacks are Virus Breath, Fire Grenade, and Rock Crusher. Black Gilmon evolves into Black Gromon, a Digimon gone feral compared to his regular form. His signature attack is Plasma Blade, and his special attack is Exhaust Flame. Black Gromon evolves into Black Megalogromon, whose fiery species nature is expressed by his darker appearance. His signature attack is Double Edge, and his special attack is Atomic Blaster. Chaos Dukemon is another form of Dukemon,
not
completely
yet.
turned to the dark side, and is nothing more than a digital hazard that brings calamity to the digital world. His special attacks are Demon's Disaster
What?
and Judecca Prison. Chaos
You
Dukemon
are
also
very
has a
cute.
form called Dukemon Chaos Mode. Which of these evolutions is your favorite? Black Gilmon is a Digimon with a ferocious personality
I
of
don't
a...
know.
Since the dawn of mankind, humans have had one
How the
obsession:
fuck did you get over there without dying?
capturing their greatest gaming moments.
Every time I try.
The clutch plays, the glorious wins. The moments your entire squad
Echo, do you
lost
want to
their
winch
mind.
out a bit?
The fails so catastrophic they became legend.
Are you dead?
Every era found a way to preserve them. Now there's one built for ours.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely dead.
Outplayed automatically detects, records, and clips every
Yeah.
moment worth adding to the pages of history.
Well, you're gonna have to wait until we get to the next checkpoint.
Outplayed. Legends start here.
Yes. Oh. You can just kill your teammates instead.
Hello, my wonderful, beautiful friends. Guys,
It's
welcome back
fun.
to our entitled people. We're in today's episode, since the year is coming to an end real quick, we've got a mega compilation of Stevie Boy's favorite Karen boss stories. Seriously, we've got bosses throwing tantrums, getting demoted, getting fired, getting arrested, losing everything, thinking they own their own employees. Oh my goodness. The self-entitlement is wild in this one. So yeah, if you've missed out on some episodes in 2025 and you're wondering, hey, what's some of the craziest bosses people have worked for, this one's for you. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, and again, enjoy this mega compilation, guys. A few years back, I got hired as a supervisor for a local government. I was to help supervise about 10 employees.
Yeah.
Above me was a manager. The guy was a terrible leader, and he would often yell at people, give impossible tasks or deadlines. On my third day in, he yells at me to, quote, learn how to do your effing job in front of all the employees. The guy made snide remarks to other employees that he was going to terminate me on probation. He also demanded that I keep a communication log with every task he assigns me and update it as I complete them. He also chastised me my first weekend for not having any questions emailed
I
to
don't
me
know,
at my
apparently there's
end
like
of the
some
week.
rock slide
He
or
told
something.
me that he expects me to send 3 questions every week until I'm off probation. The next week, I sent him 3 questions as required, and he replied back
I mean, I
to
would,
look up the
personally,
answers myself.
but
This
apparently
guy
not
was
these
out to
guys.
get me. He would give me a task, and then another task, and then ask why I didn't get the first task done. I also found out that he rode the old supervisor that way until he got enough dirt on him to terminate him, so I decided it was war. I kept a log of every perceived policy violation, broken rule, inappropriate comment, and people who witnessed it. I also engaged other supervisors and employees from other departments. After 28 days of employment, I was ready to quit. I kept a resignation letter in my car, and that gave me the power I needed to press on. After 28 days, I filed a formal complaint with HR. At the time, I convinced other supervisors to do the same. After that, several employees filed complaints, and then a group complaint was filed. HR investigated the complaints, and the manager was placed on administrative leave. The investigation concluded that the manager did violate numerous policies, and he created a hostile work environment, and he ends up resigning.
You are
Since
the
then,
disposable
he's been
barbecue,
burning bridges at every employer. 3 so far. And the guy went from a manager of 15 employees and a great pension, making $95,000 a
I'm
year,
gonna need
to a
some
low-level
windshield.
laborer
Fuck's
employee, making about $25 an hour in a hole-in-the-wall facility. And to be fair, the guy created his own problems. I just helped HR see it. So just after high school, I worked at a fast food joint. But not for very long, as you'll soon find out why. The location I worked at was near a stadium, so whenever there's events on such as football, rugby, boxing, or concerts, we get busy. Now working in a fast food chain, it gets warm quickly, and when it's crowded and warm and I get stressed, I tend to black out due to my health condition. So this particular day, there's a football game going on, and the store is getting busy. There's a lot of customers and a lot of staff. We're serving customers and getting orders sorted fairly
him up and
quickly.
throw him in the
I'm in
lava.
the middle of serving a customer when I can feel myself starting to black out. So I turned to the shift supervisor, and I told her what's happening, and asked if it's okay to get a drink. She said yeah, and took over serving the customer from me. As I'm having my drink though, the manager comes over and tells me not to leave a customer mid-order. I begin to explain what's
No,
happening,
what's this
that I
stuck in
might
your
pass
car?
out and that I need a small breather, but she won't take no for an answer. She literally told me to get back to serving the customer or to clock out. So I go back to taking orders and serving customers when I can feel myself blacking out again. I'm just thinking to myself the whole time, don't pass out. Don't leave customers when you're serving them. Well, the next thing I know, I'm waking up on the floor with about 4 people around me, including the manager. I can hear a customer saying she's a nurse and running up to me, trying to tell them what to do. When I come back around, I'm escorted through the kitchen to the crew room, and I get to go home
I'm just
early,
sat here, I'm
leaving
not
them
touching
even
anything.
more
This is
understaffed
too
and
funny.
struggling. Before I left, I can hear the manager loudly telling the
pumping red
shift
smoke
supervisor
in the air, you're
I
gonna
didn't
have all
know
kinds
she
of
was
visitors.
really going to black out. After what happened, I stopped being scheduled on the busy shifts, and I got to go home early whenever I needed to.
Acid diethyl ether phenyl nitrate.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked
How are
on
you
PC
doing? Are you
with Google
streaming
Play
today,
Games.
sir?
Unlock bigger screens and better controls
Talking to Ghostbusters.
for even sweeter battles.
She's not exactly Grandma's recipe for Christmas
Go
cookies.
play on PC with Google Play
Can't
Games.
supply
Nina,
me
this is
with
great.
Download now.
Are you there?
No, I don't think we have.
Venus tied up. Can I help you?
Being a teenager.
Someone just gave me a grocery
Yeah,
list
the
with red
back wheels
phosphorus,
and stuff.
lye, iodine, muriatic acid, diethyl ether, and phenyl nitrate.
Then someone just
we've
gave
got
you a
nothing to
recipe
take it
for
back with.
slam. Rice's crews have been using it to stay up for days at a
Same,
time.
see
It's
this
about
way.
a group of young people.
Volatiles are more
Is that
reasonable
sexy?
than someone tanked up on that
Yes.
stuff.
Maybe I should put this guy out of business.
Can we not just winch it to this one here? Pull it forward just a little bit.
Everyone loves a good coming of age story.
You want me to pick up the shopping list?
Beginning of our
What if we just
senior
attach the front one to it?
We already.
Just pull us up a little bit. In fact, we're gonna join us.
I'd love to.
New guy likes you.
Yeah.
He doesn't like me.
You guys
I mean, it should be alright.
We were always just best friends.
Go ahead.
Sounds terrifying. There's something very
Friend.
wrong with him.
You always embellish everything.
You should actually make a little bit of an effort to become my friend.
Or else what, Robert?
Wheels up.
What do you mean, Missy?
There's something going on.
AV club, hit it.
Not today.
I know, you're so cool.
It's fine. Why?
There's just so much you don't know.
Doesn't keep the game down.
Don't know.
He's psycho.
Listen to yourself. You're the psycho.
Okay, so here's some backstory. When I was 16 years old, straight out of high school, I got a job at a boarding kennel where you send your food and go on holiday. This place was owned by a woman who had her own breeding collection of Pomeranians. There were at least 20 of them at any given time, and I should have realized when I went for the interview that the manager was insane. If I hadn't been so excited about getting my first proper job and I didn't need money, I would have run a mile. During the job interview, the manager gave me a list of things to say to people who called with questions about the care of their dogs. This included that all dogs get individual kennels unless specifically requested. For example, if you have two dogs that live together and you want them to share. She also told me to tell people that the dogs all get walked every day. And then right after, she said to me, you really don't walk the dogs ever, but that's what people like to
we're at the
hear, knowing their dogs are being walked. So that said, the hours were long. We worked 10 hours most days, and the work was physically hard. My job consisted on moving sacks of dry food, bending over to pick up dog poop from 36 kennels, sometimes multiple times a day, handling laundry, feeding all the dogs, and then doing all the above for the breeding dogs, and then feeding and milking the two goats she had twice a day. Along with all of that, whenever we were in the office, we'd have to answer the phone, take bookings, and do paperwork, and much more. The last bus that ran from my work town to my hometown left at 9:50, so most nights I end up walking 8 miles home, as I always miss the bus. Most mornings, there was a list of arrivals on the desk in the office, and instructions on where to put them, along with a few extra things to be performed that day. One day, there was a note on the desk asking me to renew her library books. And who knew that was in my job description?
pick me up
On
while I
top of
pick her up,
that,
yes.
she asked me to pay a late fine for her out of my own pocket. There were many other instances of her asking me to do her personal errands, and for a while, I did them without
nothing to
complaining.
prove, but fine,
She did the
let's do
same
it.
thing with my 2 other coworkers. This scenario went on for weeks, and one Monday morning, my boss was at the desk when I arrived. She greets me and says, "Good morning, you're late." And I want to note, nobody else was there yet, as it was 5:50 a.m. I respond to her, "Morning, Karen, I don't start till 6 o'clock." She then says to me, "So I need to tell you something, but you're not allowed to tell the other 2 girls, okay?" I respond, "Oh, okay, go on, tell me." I'm getting a little excited, as I might be getting a promotion.
You can
She
just
then
pick up
says
their
to me,
bodies and
"So
eat
I'm
them."
going to fire one of the girls at the end of the week, Lucy." I respond, "Oh, wow, I can't believe you told me that." She then says to me, "Remember, don't you dare say anything." I respond, "Okay." The other two arrive, and we're cleaning the kennels. And that's when I tell Lucy, "Hey Lucy, so crazy Karen told me she's gonna fire you at the end of the week. I'm sorry, she told me not to say anything, but she had no right to put me in that position, so I thought I'd warn you." That's when Lucy tells me, "Joke's on her, I was quitting on Friday anyways." My other coworker said, "Well, I was going to quit at the end of the month." We all talked a bit longer, and we all decided that we were going to quit right then and there, as without those two girls, work would be miserable for me. So we all marched down to the office, and Lucy tells Karen, "Karen, I quit." Karen responds, "Well, okay, that saves me the trouble of firing you." She then walks away, and that's when the other coworker says, "I quit too." Karen responds, "Oh really? I'd like to see you get another job. You're useless." This is when I come in, and I say, "I quit too, as without these girls, it would be really boring working for you." It's at this point, Karen begs and says, "You can't leave. Who's going to take care of the dogs?" I tell her, "You." Karen says, "I can't. You have to stay until I can hire someone else at least. Please, I'm begging you. One of you needs to stay until I can find somebody else." We all tell her no, and we left. We all went back about the same time on Thursday to collect our final paychecks. I was the last one there, and the two other were leaving as I got out of my dad's car. This is when Karen opens the office door, and she yells across the yard at me to please go home and change, and then come back as there's work to be done. That she had also ordered food for us, and that I should be here soon. That's when I tell her I don't work here anymore. I just came to collect my paycheck. I then went in the office, picked up my final pay packet, and got back in the car. Not even half a year later, her business was closed.
We have got to the point where literally anybody will be fully working out without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is the first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you're in the beginning of that. Smart nutrition apps, image onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, why not build an app? Endless app ideas. So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompt directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right. Same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it.
All I know is Alex
your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
Yep.
Come on, I got your phenyl nitrate.
So this one's a bit long, but I promise it's worth the ride. Starting out, let me explain why there wasn't a mass walkout, and that I'm the only one that quit, despite us basically being terrorized and treated like slaves. The job market was in shambles in my city at the time, with something like a 40% unemployment rate. I actually knew someone with a doctorate degree in theoretical physics, working at a fast food joint, as that was the only place hiring. He's now the dean of the physics department at his former school. But yeah, to quit any job, no matter how bad, was financially irresponsible, and a guarantee you wouldn't find a new one. I always worked customer service, food service, and hospitality since I was 14 years old. At 24 years old, I decided it was time to find a job with benefits and potential for career advancement. So I took a job stocking shelves overnight with a global monstrosity that started out as a mom and pop store. I felt right at home. I worked hard and constantly took the worst jobs and the worst days off to make sure I would be there on the weakest staffing days to rub elbows with management.
Both over here.
If there was anything that came up that no one on shift was trained to do, I would come in on my day off without pay to get trained on how to do the tasks. Things like keys, paint, accounting issues, etc. It was to become less disposable and more versatile. It worked, and after 10 months, I found myself with an offer to promote to low-level management starting January 1st. Starting the weekend before Thanksgiving, an overnight manager started to understaff shifts to preserve his year-end bonus, and the guy acted surprised when people called him out. The guy would then bully us into staying longer hours, with threats of write-ups for not finishing our assigned stocking tasks. Upper management was notorious for signing off on write-ups without looking at their validity, so each staff being assigned 13 plus hours of labor to complete a loan in 6 hours is no defense. And since an employee could only get 2 of those write-ups in a 13-month period before termination, we would all stay longer, as well as skip our breaks and lunches to finish. But there was a catch. Since any approved overtime would count against his boss's $73,000 bonus, the guy would never file the approval forms for the OT. This meant it was considered unapproved, meaning we were required to get approval to cut hours off our regular shifts to equal out what we stayed over. He, of course, never approved us to cut those hours. This was resulting in weekly write-ups from the same manager for unapproved overtime on those of us that made it to work every day, despite the weather and missed holidays and get-togethers with our families. Every week, we would get our write-up, and he would get praise for getting everything done with less approved staffing hours than typically allocated. Thankfully, the write-ups for unapproved overtime didn't carry a lot of weight, but for 3 months, they counted against your points for promotion opportunities. This went on until the week before Christmas. When I got my weekly write-up, I was told by the store manager who offered me my promotion that I would be suspended for overtime abuse the next time my manager submitted a write-up for unapproved overtime hours. Determined to not lose my promotion, I start telling that manager no. The second time I refused to stay over working hours without him signing an overtime approval form, the guy writes me up for abusive actions towards a member of management. This instantly cost me my promotion, which greatly upset me. And then, like the idiot he is, he left me alone in his office to sign the write-ups and the acknowledgement that I was no longer promoted. Initially, I was just going to accept it and resolve myself to spending the next 13 months working my tail off for minimum wage and go up for promotion as soon as they fell off. However, when I started reading the acknowledgement form, I found out that I wasn't eligible to promote to management until I was write-up free for 5 years. This meant 6 years and 1 month before I could even try to get promoted again, all because I followed policy. So rather than signing it, I wrote F off with Sharpie across his brand new desk, which he got for being such a great manager. I then walked out of his office and handed him my vest and name tag. I shredded the write-ups and tossed them in the air like confetti, and told his no longer smug face that it was now my personal mission to get him fired. The guy lost all his cockiness when it sank in that I just quit. I could see little beads of panic sweat forming on his forehead as he realized that the only person capable of doing these highly essential functions for the ship was walking out the door. He shouts after me, telling me that he could talk to the GM and see if he could get the time frame cut down to 3 years. He offered to approve all of my overtime the rest of the season, and even offered me a cut of his bonus. And honestly, if he offered to withdraw the write-ups, which was still an option, I wouldn't have accepted it, but I might not have followed through on my threat. I was way too angry and way too determined, and I didn't care if I became homeless as long as I never had to work there again. So how did I get him fired? Well, due to certain ADA requirements, I was permitted to carry a voice recorder with me at work, so I could record important meetings, announcements, and reminders. When I got written up the first time for unapproved overtime, I started recording his requests to both me and my coworkers. I never used them to dispute the write-ups, but I never deleted them either. So I uploaded all the recordings to my computer, nearly 18 hours of audio, and sent it to the home office, CCing every store manager and compliance officer in the district. When I went in for my last paycheck, he was long gone. I was offered my promotion back, but I declined. The regional director then offers me my old manager's job, with a $73,000 hiring bonus. I wonder where that came from, but I still refused, and I said I was never returning to retail. My former manager's boss just laughed and she told me that everyone returns eventually, and when I did, to come see her, and she would find me a management spot somewhere. After 5 months of being unemployed, living with my mom, and barely surviving, I moved to another state, and I got a job working at a state prison as a guard, and I'm very fulfilled.
I've got
So,
some of
from
these.
the age of
you should just be able
16
winch
to
it
20, I worked at a
to the wood.
24-hour fast food joint. After having worked there for so long, I was very good at what I did, to the point that I could handle the entire store by myself as long as I
can
needed,
go up the back.
with little to no drops in customer satisfaction or speed. When I was 19 years old, my grandfather got sick, which was really hard because I loved him to bits. My boss and I were close, so we worked out a deal where he would schedule me a ton, and I would essentially be on call for any time he needed someone to cover a shift. I would also work a double shift on Monday, the busiest day of the week. I worked so much that it resulted in me getting around 10 to 15 hours of overtime per week, sometimes more. This actually saved him money, because one guy working for $17 an hour at time and a half was way cheaper than paying 3 guys $15 an hour to do the same work, allowing him to make way bigger.
Are you on the roof? There you go. I just threw it over. It's in front of the truck.
Because in the tweet, they didn't put his name, they put his Twitter handle, which is Bill_ESPN. So it just said, ESPN founder, Bill ESPN. Right off the first page, I just started laughing. This is a shitty Achievement Hunter joke.
Right,
That's all it was.
That's super on
I was just in bed laughing at the tweet at like 1 a.m. It's just like, oh, it really got me when I read that.
Well, I
Like,
wish
Bill
everyone could hear you, man.
I made this joke.
Can we all go into an Xbox party?
That's what we're like, oh, I made this company.
What's your new problem?
Yeah, Ryan's not.
It's like, oh,
I don't think Ryan's for life. There's no more phenol nitrate, so I guess he's out of business either way. I like your thinking, man.
Just when we do shit like that.
Entertainment Shirt Network, Jeremy's wearing released yet? I don't think so.
No.
On the 17th. I can see the old white.
Right, that's enough.
Yeah,
Enough,
the
enough,
old
enough,
beater of wives.
enough.
Well, so that's the thing. I can't. Whenever I wear shirts that aren't black, I have to not wear a shirt underneath it. Even though this one's white, if I wear the black ones, it's like
Why do you layer up in some?
Yeah. Because I've gone over this before. It's because I sweat, you know, when it gets really warm. But most of it I sweat on my back quite a bit. So like, if I'm just wearing a t-shirt, then sometimes you'll see that back sweat stain, and I hate that. But if I wear a shirt underneath it catches all of it, and that doesn't happen. That doesn't.
Really? It doesn't like soak through?
No.
It's like a Bounty
No,
paper
because it's
towel?
not enough to soak through. It's not like I'm drenched. It's just like I'm a little moist.
What if we made you a shirt with padding? That could like soak
like
it
pit
up.
pads.
Yeah.
Like
Oh no! Oh no!
Probably not.
I won't sweat on my pits that much.
Yeah, the shirt wouldn't block it.
I honestly, it's like my back is worse than my pits.
What is your back?
Made out.
What?
It's mostly
You were upset about that at one point.
Upset about it.
I remember him.
I don't know!
Who said it wasn't?
Because you were like, smear cum on your face. Nail cum on the house.
Because I think, well,
I blame you.
Well, no one said it was bad. I don't know why they
It's centered on the male.
It was just that the male did the...
There was a whole thing like female ejaculation. Like it's like they said.
There are traces of urine in it, but it's not salt urine. It's other stuff.
But it is a portion.
It is a portion urine. It's a whole witch's brew.
There's like a gland tucked away somewhere that women have that we haven't found yet. Maybe you haven't found it.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Was Bruce. It was like a Funhouse video, and they were talking about that. And they were like, yeah, I think it's mostly urine. And Bruce goes, I'm getting pissed on! It's just like he does this angry yell. It's like so perfect.
I've been kind of learning the way Gavin starts random conversations, and I just randomly I asked him, I was like, hey Gavin.
I don't know if it's like I'm zoning out or something, but Fiona will make me snap to attention. Yeah. She just randomly comes out with. We all just sat around the other day, just like throwing balls on nuts. Yeah, not making any content, just sort of like talking and.
Oh, it was when we were chugging
each other's
guys. Me, you, Michael, and Fiona.
Yeah,
right?
let's like lull in the conversation.
Thanks, Rob.
Fiona's like, hey Gavin, you ever suck a dick?
Wait, stop.
Cock is worse. It really is. And what made you randomly on?
I was genuinely curious.
Do you ever think it's weird?
See, I did think.
Do you ever think it's weird that the cocksucker, how much we hit each other in the dick? Why not like 30 minutes of hitting each other in the dick?
We sat around 3 or 4 days ago. We sat around in a circle, just lobbing. Sorry, I blacked out from the
With no idea there would ever be a video out of it. Not even attempted to record it.
I think at some point I took a picture of you and him just cracking up on the couch because it was just one of those genuine moments. We're just sitting.
It was one of those times you laughed because you realized what you were doing.
Because everyone will be on the get hit in the dick with a chicken just like lobbing it. Everyone's coming in soft, but you get hit like, oh. And then you keep talking and eventually you just let your guard down and you get another one going and go, no. Just like interrupt the conversation.
That happened during Flinchless Annie dude.
Annie Catchy dude?
Yeah, when Annie Catchy dude. Well, because there's a moment where you go, yeah, let's just practice.
Fiona, let me show you. It's when you sat. It's when you sat like this.
Yeah, and you gotta catch the moonball like that.
Saying that you're doing that right now on the stool.
And like, we had to throw it off the wall.
Ryan, it's me. I got your stuff. Open up.
Can we get a clip of
He has
We're just about to
particular
torch this
proclivity, a thing that he
Who are those guys?
explain it to you later.
Take some advice. Yeah, no, I don't think you are.
Very funny. He gets upset if you talk about it, so I'm not going to bring it up. But
that might be one of the few jokes where we've discussed
Go up on
it,
the
like,
roof, honey.
I don't like that joke, and then we're just like, we could just not do the joke, and then I think we have to stop doing it.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. And then no, it makes sense. I wouldn't want to be associated with it. You made it. I came up with it. Why do you have sparkles on your arm? Okay, so what happened is I had a sneaky bark, right? There was bark from red on the wall.
Sneaky bath.
Have a sneaky bath.
Sneaky bath. You gotta take your time.
Gotta use your tough stuff.
As a throwback to
You fucking baby monkey! Just drop it!
You now want to know nothing about his life.
Do I just give off a vibe?
I want to know a lot of things from all of you guys. So a lot of the times I think about it, I'm like, how were they in their dating age?
We need to somehow turn it around.
Didn't have a dating
Was there like you were just happy?
Yeah, I should bypass the whole process.
How did that?
That's annoying.
Towards you,
Like, I
okay?
missed the whole thing.
Oh.
You know? I've thought about it. There ain't time.
What's the most action you've ever gotten from another dude?
It's gotta be you.
Your dick hit me in the forehead.
You want me to
I heard about that.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
To be fair, he kind of caused it.
I mean, there was that time during Tommy Boy when you tried to fuck me.
We talked about it. That one.
I love. Here's the thing. You guys said this, and I was like, I need to know more, and it just was.
Well, I mean, here's what can happen, right? You have two parts. You can have the chef version, or you can have the reality-based version.
What do we have
What
in
two versions could happen with the fact that you were just trying to fuck Jeff? I don't know what.
We got really drunk and honest, and I was flattered, and it was really sweet.
Wait!
And then what's the gap version?
Well, I just don't want to ruin our friendship.
My version is very simple, easy, sort of very quick joke. Never thought about it again. We were in a very loud room. We were basically watching Tommy Boy at a party, right? There were so many people around.
Already telling it wrong.
There were so many people like behind us talking, chatting. Suddenly, I don't know, everyone went outside to have a cigarette or something. Everyone left the house.
They went to the other.
Yeah, at the same time. Suddenly it was just silent. It was us on the couch watching Tommy Boy. So I just leaned over and was like, as in like, Jeff.
Sorry. I've known him since 14. And what are you, like 30, 31? I've known him for that long. That amount of years.
That's
more than
over.
half of his
Put him
life.
out of his misery.
And I'd like to think I know Gavin better than just about everybody. Maybe not as much as his living girlfriend.
Living on the dead one.
Yeah, so
She's definitely real,
not the one
totally alive.
Trust me when I say that I know when Gavin Flea is being honest.
So he was. So you really.
Well, I know when he's late. There was a build up to it. There was a little bit of nerves. He was real talking with me beforehand. It was like it was. I could see him working up to say something. It wasn't an off the cuff joke.
Yeah.
And it was really sweet. And I don't want to let him down. I don't want to fuck up our friendship. I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Listen, there's two sides to every story, right? There's
Love is complicated.
There's Gavin's take, and then there's the truth.
It's fine.
And it's fine.
No, you're not. No one's here. We're here. We're talking. We're chatting.
So he's serious when he says.
Oh, here we go. Here's Catchy Annie.
I can't see her.
Here's Catchy Annie.
I'm gonna have to think about that.
Oh, look at Gav. Ready to go. About that. Here's Catchy Annie. Here he comes.
You know what Gavin's thinking about in that moment? He's thinking about fucking me.
So we all started laughing. I have seen your package move in your shorts more than anything else. I go get shorts in the back of your
There you were.
That didn't even look.
Anyway, it's not great. It's not great radio, but if you want to check it out, it's on our channel. You can
weight, so I'm just a ball of human with legs coming out of it trying to catch
you were
up.
chomping. So you were you were more flexible, so I can really
get legs up there.
Drinking. You ever thought that term around like it was nuts? At some point, water. Waterboard was as closely as bad as waterboard. But yeah, it was not that much. And no secrets were revealed. Everybody kept their mouths shut. Yeah. Except when the water was real.
Yeah, and then when everyone went back inside,
we should bang out.
And he says, he's like, hey, were you part of this waterboarding?
What did you say to me?
I was like, I have no idea, and why would you even think I would do that?
What? You would have if you'd been there.
All right,
I would have not
stop. Okay, we'll wait for you.
When people are waterboarding each other, you just peer pressure. You gotta jump in. You want to fit in. Part 2 with Jeremy, Fiona, and
No,
Matt.
there's no peer pressure. I'm not doing it. Look at that. You could kill. He could drown.
No, he can lean up.
So wait, what was the
goal?
He's not underwater. He
there was
drown.
It wasn't really.
Why is there a timer?
There's a timer. I don't understand what the goal was.
Look at this poor man. He could drown.
The whole time Gavin's going, he's like, pull it straight.
No.
It's going right down his neck. Oh, that was AC Ducks. Run the gauntlet.
I'll give you
lava chicken.
I don't want to do it. I'm just telling you right now what I'm not doing.
Have a little bit of
Anus Ball doesn't sound great. You're not wrong.
Anus Ball is a totally different game that we don't have to play on camera.
You don't want to do Anus Ball.
Jeff and Gavin play that at home alone.
Well, we're not alone if we're together.
It's true. You are alone when everyone leaves.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely not doing the water. Like that's like a fear of not drowning.
Let's throw it to the audience.
Scared of drowning?
Oh, absolutely.
Can she?
Weird.
Can she even swallow a chicken?
Everyone's scared of drowning. Everyone.
But then why would you do that? That's a full. That's a
drown from the top.
Yes, you.
Don't speak.
Yes,
Don't
you
speak
can.
for me. First of all, I'm not afraid of drowning. That'd be great. I'll be super
Why
hyped.
would that be great?
Matt often welcomes
super
death.
Yeah.
I've seen it very much.
Matt still has that.
What does Matt have to lose?
Matt still has that like jamming forks into his atlas like.
He's an immortal.
By the way, one of the funniest things I've seen in 2019 is Matt Bragg floating in a fucking pink donut.
Right, stop!
Big inflatable
Fuck
pink
it
donut
out!
in the pool. He was in his element.
Keep on our Instagram if you want to put on the broadcast.
Yeah, we had a great pool party.
We had a great pool party. That was awesome.
I hit Gap's face on something I didn't realize I did.
Well, yeah, Jeremy, you know, as Jeremy's alcohol level increases, his focus as did mine. Hones in.
Very mighty on Gap.
Minding my own business.
Oh, fuck.
Lifted me up out of the pool and did some sort of, what's that wrestling move? Just
Pile driver?
Yeah.
Like a suplex
So
kind of.
you're going backwards, I'm like up in the air going forwards. And I just like shot me, I looked down, and I was like, oh, there's that little floating chlorinator thing.
Well, Jeff has like a Jeff
smashed right into the middle of my
There's like a robot in the pool that's constantly driving around and I kept getting tangled up in.
Yeah.
Because it would like circle me. And so, yeah, we did. I didn't realize it was there.
Yeah, I didn't want to
That was a really sweet day. You know, we filmed one video that day. We didn't intend to make any content, and I don't know that we should just keep it to ourselves. Sarah has a huge mouth.
This found that out that day, but like do it.
I did not
Got 3 bites.
The cookie was the size of Matt Bragg's lunch, so it was like it was
It's big, yeah.
It was a Matt Bragg lunch cookie.
Oh, I owe her money.
She did it all for the cookie.
Yeah, you did.
I owe Sarah $20.
Yeah.
Do I owe money?
No. So the thing is, here's how that whole thing started. I saw the giant cookies. And then I wanted to bet Kat that she couldn't eat it in 3 bites, but then I remembered that Kat and I have the same money. So I couldn't really offer her that much. So
You could just to see if she'd take it, because then you lose nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
There's Matt.
It's very
Just wait. We're just trying to figure out where you need to go from here.
for the podcast.
Matt, your shoulders are bright white.
Well,
I have those Polaroids. Should I save them and like we donate them to Child's Play or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Extra Life, I guess.
Child's Play? What?
That's weird.
That's weird.
Or Extra Life or whatever. Yeah.
I don't want that. Then I bet you $20 that you couldn't eat it in 3 bites, and then
Well, no, originally you said 5.
oh, it was
Yeah.
5.
So I was like, I think I can do it. Then people were outbidding me to do it for less.
And then
Five.
Sarah's
That's
bet
right, what
3.
is it?
Yeah, no, she was the first one to outbid. Skipped 4.
Against herself.
I got 3.
Like what? And I said,
The best part of it too, she did it first of all. I have it on my she dropped an appreciable amount of the cookie in the pool and she scooped it up and put it in her mouth. Yeah. Like a fucking coordinated champ. And Gavin Free almost died. He was across the backyard.
I love in the video too, Gab sees it and he turns and he runs and then you just see me chasing him.
Yeah. Well, also, because everyone was like in a big semicircle, I couldn't get out. I had to swim through it to get away from it. So I was like,
I'm just chasing
You
Gavin.
think like, oh man, I'm just in the cookie water.
I love
It
it.
ends with you trying to say something and I just throw you into the pool. I was just chasing
I got
Gavin.
shocked a lot that day.
Well, because you're even lighter in the water, so I just chuck you.
You would become a shit every time you pick your do something. You go, oh, I'm going down.
Yeah.
And like you would fall.
I'd be mid conversation. I'd be like, I'll be right with you again.
I feel like that moment, that was like the last day of summer. That's what it felt like.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Stitch Fix. Let's talk about your style. How do you describe your look in one word? I describe mine t-shirt and jeans. Right? That's not one word, but that's what I wear. Do you describe it as casual,
schon ist mir zu mir fucking recipes.
help us find your next favorite
Can fucking speak to languages. Wealthy one of Johnny accent.
I like the clothes you get. It's kind of nice to have a stylist look on something, you know, because your look, you don't really know it right away.
Gary,
you gotta
you
experiment with a couple
to
different things
include your
before you know
audio
exactly
so
what
that
works for you.
makes stream.
Like echo. Super no dance. What's up?
Style.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes your brain cells just don't want to occupy the same postcode, alright?
Personal style is like a fingerprint. Everyone has their own. Your style, expert stylists at Stitch Fix are ready to help you express yourself. With Stitch Fix, your personal stylist will send you clothes that make you look your best. Stitch Fix is an online personal stylist service that delivers clothing, shoes, and accessories directly to you. To get started, go to stitchfix.com.
Oh, Gary, it's like all time.
Answer the questions
That's I got banned.
style, and your personal shopper will ship you a box of clothes, shoes, and accessories.
Where we have to
There's no commitment required, and you only pay for what you keep. Plus, the 20 style automatically applied towards anything you keep on your base. That's not an extra $20 that you're just paying. It goes toward whatever clothes you decide to pick. Get started
forward a
today
little bit more.
stitchfix.com/off-topic and you'll get an
Oh, this is precarious. How much balance?
Stitchfix.com/off-topic for 25% off. Stitchfix.com/off-topic. Update your style, find out what works for you, and find new clothing. Look your best.
Probably reset that.
How was the end of Jeremiah?
Now I'm balancing. Hold on, lads. I've got a great idea.
I don't know, I want to see how it pays.
Oh, have you guys ever seen? You must have seen the Italian stuff. The very end where he's on the they're in the bus leaning over the edge of the cliff. He goes, hold on lads, I've got a great idea.
My favourite bit is your
Jack, Jack. Matt drew a The problem was only your dad.
They blew up the entire park,
yeah?
Yes,
A bag of Coke. Yeah, like a bag of Coke and people would show up. But the drawing was Matt holding a bag of Coke.
Keep the back
and then, like,
keep
a guy with a mustache
the
coming
back
into the
winch
party.
on, but keep it loose.
Yeah, I was like, but Matt, just
And then that way, if it all goes wrong, it wasn't.
Right, Alex, we're gonna need you to...
I watched one of those again. I watched the episode where everyone spelled stuff wrong again. No one can spell hummus.
Take my fun.
Now I don't know what hummus is. They wrote peanut butter and
they take capitalize.
Hummus. One person like went to hummus. Someone else wrote hummus. Ryan wrote hummus right and then wrote it again with an A.
I thought
Right.
Jeff and Ryan or Jeff and Jack had the same
It's not going.
No, Jeff
because you're...
Jeff went to right.
Stop
Flip
going
the switch
forward,
when you wrote
just
flick the
reverse
switch.
right a little bit.
And like we kept reading them, and I just going, "What is wrong with everyone?"
Yeah, I was in that. I watched it. Pat, please do.
Yeah, what a great game. And then that new Jack.
Ironic, also was she.
Are you stuck?
Gary.
Reverse?
Gary, you're not helping.
You're the only one you're going there, Alex. That's funny.
I was trying to drive.
Drop the bang, you go.
You always yell at us when we fucking start.
Just park here a second. Park!
It's weird when you started though.
Why?
Except
I can see the sparkle.
that last run.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to figure out where we need to go because
Up.
And
there's
those things,
literally
like,
nowhere
I
to
should just
go.
research
Well, I
certain
think it
things
has to
so
be
I can always
right.
be good